Nishaan Ansary is a football coach, FIFA licensed football agent, and CEO of the Hola Skoko group. Through upcoming international tryouts, talented young players find pathways to clubs, academies, and football opportunities beyond the borders. Nishaan, welcome to Africa at Play.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
I believe you just got off play when you were at the pitch, and now you're here on the show.
That's correct. We had our under 12s, under 13s playing today. Both came with positive results, so we're happy. And then our under 17s are about to kick off as well.
Well, tell me how it all starts. I mean, if I'm a parent and I've got potential talent, because every parent looks at their kids and think, my son is talented or my daughter is talented. Yeah, the next Messi, the next Ronaldo.
Correct.
Where do you even...
So, look, the way Hola Skoko Group started was that we wanted to create opportunities for players.
Okay.
And we wanted to create these real opportunities to get players to the next level. So the first part of it was to ensure that we have the correct training. So we made sure that all of our coaches are SAFA, UEFA accredited coaches. I myself went for FIFA agency license, like you've said. And we then started venturing out to international places like Italy. We did into 2022. That's when it actually started, where we could create these opportunities for players that are actually talented, and we can expose them to the world. That's the whole idea, is that we get them to the world, we expose them that side, and we get the right eyes looking at them. And you know, if you get the right eyes looking at them, then there's always an opportunity that something can happen from there.
I like the operative word you used, real, because you've got to be realistic as well.
Yes, correct.
And how do you manage expectations, both with the child and the parent and the entire dynamic and the setup?
Okay, so let me run you through the process. What happens is we have internal trials here in South Africa, right? So we either call them trials, we call them tryouts. The players come through, they do their assessments, we do technical work, tactical, physical, psychological, and then we give the players scores. So not everyone just ends up going overseas.
Right.
You must score, for the tours and trials, you must score at least 80% in your assessment for us to take you over. And then if we're going for tournaments, you must score at least 90%. So we then do the scores, and then we invite the players. We do these assessments a year in advance. So once you are selected, then the work starts. You need to be training for the next year. So example, we got a few coming up. We train for those, and then we only go in the following year. So that's how it basically works.
So this isn't just about creating soccer superstars. It's also about creating opportunities and careers within this environment.
Correct, 100%. So that's exactly how it works. Like I said, you've got FIFA football agents within us. You've got SAFA accredited coaches. And, you know, we use something called the long-term player development model, where not only does the player just play, eventually he coaches. We've had a couple of coaches that have played for me, 15, 16 years old. Now they're coaching for me, and they're coming with me overseas as well. So we've got Reis Valley, he's coming with me now to the UK. Shailen, Harry Persad is coming with me also to UK. They've been to Spain already. They've been to Netherlands. I've got another 2 coaches coming with me to Brazil. So not only do we create opportunities for the players, we're empowering the coaches as well.
Fantastic. And I just want to talk about the youngster who's going to get into the trials. What are some of the mistakes you see? Because that pressure, you know, it's...
So part of it, right? So that's why we don't only just do matches.
Okay.
Right. So what happens is, a lot of the guys, what they do is they just bring the boys in. You play a match. Sometimes the kid doesn't even touch the ball in the match. That's one. 2, he's nervous, so he makes mistakes. Right. So what we do is we do our assessments over the fundamental factors of performance. So we look at the player's passing. We do exercises for the passing, for the dribbling, for the shooting, for the control, and then we score in those things. So by the time he gets to his match, we've already scored him. We've already seen, this player has a good technical ability, the tactical understanding we see in the match, how easy, because we do speed, agility, and quickness. So we check how fast he is, how agile he is. We do those types of things with ladders, etc. Then we also test the mental part. Are you on time? Are you a good player to coach? Are you coachable? So those types of things. So, you know, we score all of that before you even get into your match. And then your match is more enjoyable, less pressure. Then we see how you are in the match situation.
And what are overseas clubs looking for from African talent now?
So it depends, right? We've been now to 10 countries in the last 3 years. Different things. Italy, strong, tall, centre backs that are really big guys. UAE look for those as well. Spain look for more technical players. Brazil look for flair. But what we've noticed all over is that you need to be strong. That's the first thing. You need to be mentally very, very strong, because, I mean, coaches are going to tell you certain things and you're not going to like it. But if you love this sport so much, you have to take it on as positive criticism, and you have to carry on. You have to be, we always tell the players, the 4 fundamental factors of performance are the most important. Anywhere in the world, your technical passing, dribbling, shooting has to be on point. You have to be able to kick with your right and your left. You have to be able to control the ball properly. Tactically, you must understand what's your position, where you need to be. Individually understanding, group understanding, and then team understanding. Physically, you need to be strong. You need to be fast. You need to work on those things. So diet comes into play, and then psychology is very important. Do you really want this? Are you obsessed in becoming a footballer, or are you just saying, okay, listen, I love the sport, I'll go play, I'll go try? Or are you eating, are you sleeping, everything is leading towards you becoming a footballer?
But I'm just thinking, at that age, whatever the age is, you've got hormones, you've got, you haven't really peaked, so to speak.
Yes, correct.
How do you manage that?
Difficult. So we've had a couple of boys who were amazing at 12. Amazing. We've taken them to Italy, and we took one to Spain. Amazing. And then the hormones kick in, then they grow, and then they lanky, and then they, position changes, and then the girls are looking at them now. So it's a lot of different things that we have to actually deal with. But so far, like I said, we've actually worked it out quite well. The boys have done quite well on international stages. Some of them had callbacks. We've got a few boys going back to Brazil this year with our partners in Brazil called Cruzeiro. So we're excited about that. We had some players that went to Portugal last year that got callbacks as well. So we're excited about those things. We're going to the UK now in another week's time. So hopefully there we've got boys that can have a look at. We've been coached by Man City coaches, Liverpool coaches, Leeds coaches, so that's exciting. I think the boys are in the right eyes, and if they impress, then we create the next situation for them to go through.
So who pays for this? Because often you hear parents coming even on this platform, rallying for funds to get their kids to Sweden or Italy or wherever.
Correct. So it is an expensive exercise, depending on which tryout you're going to come for. So generally, if you're going to European countries or the UK, it's between 60, 65K, but we give you a year to come up with the money.
Okay.
So it's not like there's a few other ones that happen where they say, listen, you're going to go with us in 2 months. To come up with 65K in 2 months is almost impossible. And that's why people then frantically try to do sponsorships and the rest. What we do is we say, listen, the opportunity is next year, 2027 in June. We do our tryouts now. By August already, we tell you, listen, you selected. We take a 10,000 rand deposit, so that there we secure your flight, so we get the best price. We secure your accommodation, and then you pay the remainder over the, say, 10 months left. So then it works out to about 5K a month. Generally, it works. We've taken now close to 120 players overseas in the last 4 years. So people can do it. We've had players that do bribe packs, they do sponsorships, they do whatever they need to do, and they get the players there. It's about how much you want it. That's where it is. And that's how we do it. In UAE, we take, so UAE is about 68,000, but UAE is 1 month. So the boys go there for 1 month, only for players who are 18 and up. That is now pro contracts. If the boys go there and they get selected, they now stay that side.
Okay, so if I'm from Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, how do I get in touch?
So a lot of the guys have been traveling. We've had a lot of boys mainly from South Africa. So a lot of our trials are in Joburg. But you get players from Cape Town, from Bloem, from Durban, from a lot of the different places. We've had players from Zambia before. We've had players from Zim. They can definitely come through. The only thing that we require is you must have a passport, because that's the only way we can get you to travel. UAE hasn't been sticky, but when you go to the Schengen countries, it becomes very difficult to sort out the visa process and the rest. And if you don't get the visa, you don't go. That's the challenge.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you
Absolute
for shining
pleasure.
the pathways, for talent. And it's something so inspiring. And we'd love to follow a journey of one of the footballers that have come from your ranks.
Awesome, 100%. We will let you know. Like I said, we're going now to the UK. We're going to Brazil. We're going to Dubai this year. And then we've got our tryouts for the Netherlands, for UAE, and for Brazil next year as well. So we're continuing to push as many frontiers in the international football space as we can. And you can definitely follow us on our social media pages. And we're praying that one of the boys signs the contracts, and then we carry on pushing from there.
Good one. Let's go. CEO of the Hola Skoko Group, Nishaan Ansary, discussing the upcoming international trials and tryout programs and opportunities available for aspiring players across Africa. Thank you.
100%. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.